Michael, we are live now. And please do make sure that you can make me a co-host.
Hello, Alice.
Hello.
Welcome. Thank you. How are you?
I'm tired, but I'm okay. I didn't know you had classes this late.
Yeah, we do. We have it even later as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Am I the only one here?
No. We got Sue. Hello, Sue.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Okay.
Hey, you tired?
No, I'm a late night person.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Louise. Hello, Louise. Welcome.
Don't have any camera or mic with her.
Sorry, James, did you say something?
Yes, she just messaged that she don't have a mic or camera with her.
Oh, okay. That's fine. For those that do have videos, hello, Tara, welcome. Hello, Tara, are you there? Okay. Didn't hear
Said
you.
hi.
Okay. Sue, do you have a camera? Does anybody have a camera? You're all too tired?
I don't know. I have it on, but it's not showing anything.
Oh, okay. Have you got do you have a light in your room? Is your room light? Because I can see sort of shadow movement.
That's the light is on. I don't know why it's not.
Okay, maybe James, you can help her there. She's got a camera on, you can see that, but you can't see anything other than some very dim lights on the roof.
Well, her camera is working on, but it seems that she don't have any light over there.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. But Sue says that she's in the room is lit. Yeah. Okay. Maybe you've got your Sue, have you got a virtual background on?
Let me check. I don't think so.
Otherwise, there doesn't appear to be any light in front of you. Okay. Hello, Alice. You got your video on. Thank you. Welcome.
No.
Okay, thank you. Welcome. Is it required that we have our videos open, or you just want them open?
No, it's not required that you have them open. It's
Oh.
just easier as a guide to talk to somebody as opposed to not talk to anybody.
Oh, no, you still talking. It's just that I don't like my background today. One day I'm gonna fix it up.
Okay.
But
Okay.
and I need
That's
to take the Zoom class on how to do a Zoom background.
Yeah, I do a Zoom class called Zoom Tips and Tricks, and I do the background as part of that.
Yeah.
So, but all the basic ones, also the Zoom basics, will show you how to do that. Okay, and you've got, while we're waiting just to start the class, if you can see the stop video at the bottom of your screen, your Zoom screen, the little up arrow there. If you click on that up arrow, it'll show up a virtual background that you can use. And
Oh, I don't say that again.
Okay.
Stop video. It's not showing on mine right now.
Oh, okay. No, fair enough, because you're not the host, and I guess I'm not sure why. But anyway.
Oh, I see it now. I see it now.
Then there's an up arrow next to it.
Yeah.
Click on the up arrow, and then a little screen comes up above there.
Choose virtual background.
That's right. You click on that.
Uh-huh.
And then it takes you, there's some defaults ones like a bridge and a river and some grass and so on. You can click
But
on
do I have to have a green screen?
No, it depends on the power of your computer. So that's why I cover that in the Zoom tips and tricks. You'll soon find out if you need a green screen by clicking on one of them, one of the images. And if it comes up, then you don't need a green screen. If it doesn't come up, then that could be an option. Okay. Sue, I can see you still got your camera on, but I can't see you. The darkness, not sure. James, not sure either why it's so dark. But I just so that you know, Sue, I can't see you. Okay. All right. Well, I think we've allowed people to come in now. We've got 4 people, including James, who's the TA expert. So if you are having problems with your camera or your microphone, you can message James in the chat, and he'll then communicate privately to you in the chat page, and maybe he can help you sort out. Okay. So all right, nobody showed there comes a light. There we are. Sue, it is about a light. Okay, it's a light at you. Turn the light towards you. No, not away from you. Hey? Oh, I could see you just with the back. That is so strange. What is your camera up to? James, come on, you must be able to help her with your professionalism. Okay. All right, but let's make a start in the class, and James will deal with Sue and talk to Sue about that. And so we are talking about a number of different apps. So I'm going to first introduce myself with a slide, and we will then move forward from there. And hopefully you can get your videos on if you're able to. So we're in, I've selected, I guess I better introduce myself first because I know that I can see some names that I've never seen before. So my name is Michael Plumstead, and I live in Perth, Western Australia. And although it's very late where you are, it's 11 a.m. in the morning here, just gone 11 a.m. And so I know one of you already said it's very late, and but it's great to have you in class. So yeah, my background is business and researching and mentoring and training and so on. Enjoy gardening and microgreens, and love being a guide for Get Set Up. So today we're going to look at these 8 social media apps and compare them and talk about really what they do specifically. And so I want you to be aware that, and I just stop sharing for a minute. I want you to be aware that when I click on some of the social media apps, they are particularly loud, okay? Only some of them, particularly right at the beginning, not further in. But, you know, when like Snapchat and TikTok that we're going to do first, they are pretty loud with me. They have and I can't adjust that from my side, but you can with your speakers from your side. So just be aware that my tone of voice now is going to be it's going to be twice as loud or 3 times as loud. So please just be aware of that. Okay, so let's move then to our first one, which is Snapchat. Now, Snapchat has about 350 million users and is a publicly traded company. Most of the users are under 30 years old. And of those that are under 30, most of them are under 18 years old. But it's a full-blown social media platform. It has its own profile for you, and you can share your own stories and you can follow friends like a full-blown social media platform. But the difference is it has fun filters for your photographs, like adding a beard to your face or turning yourself into a younger person or putting some sort of hood over you. You can play games with it. You can send and receive messages because it is a full-blown. So be aware. And so they call, when you post something, they call it, you're creating a snap. Each social media might have a different thing to the word posting. And so you could take a picture with any camera and you can then add add drawings to it or add text, and you can send it to friends, and you can have streaks as well, which are videos within Snapchat. And so I'm going to start. You see in front of you on the screen now, there is a yellow introducing Spotlight. This is where Snapchat introduces itself, showing you some of the recordings that are there. So I'm going to play them for you. So be aware if it's a bit loud that you've got your finger on your volume button, and we'll take it from there. So let's introduce in Spotlight, okay? And we'll see what they.
Let me show you.
Right. Okay. As you saw in that in Snapchat, you can win up to $1 million. Okay. So even though Snapchat itself is free and you can join for free and you can post, and there are all sorts of opportunities to make some money. So that's another reason why it's very popular with the younger people. It's something that you might just want to indulge yourself in. Okay, so all you got to do is need a camera and take some snaps. Okay, and put your story up on Snapchat. So I don't know if there are any particular questions. It is a full-on blown social media. So you can now do anything you like with it, and you can follow. Let me just show you a little bit more than with it. Let me just move this over a little bit. No, just going to give you more of the screen to see there. There we are. And yes, I'm going to just move the screen up a little bit, and then you will see the aspects here. We've just looked at the Spotlight there on the left of the top of your screen, and one can move to stories, where you will see as the stories page comes up, there are a lot of people that have now shared stories, and you can click on any one of these and listen to the story. and let's just click on one at random, and we.
But I always go back at the end of the day and rewatch all my snaps, and I swear I be dying laughing. Like, I just be like, what the fuck was I even talking about? Like,
Oops.
I was sitting there just laughing at a fucking Laffy Taffy.
Okay, you don't know what's going to come up, and that's typical with Snapchat. Is that it does have its own little possibilities of surprising you. If you go to, for example, lenses, filters and lenses, that'll give you an idea of what you can do with your own things that you put up, and the tools that are there. There are some tools for free. There's some tools that you buy, and filters too, as you can see as we scroll down. So Snapchat it's all about the video and the pictures and filtering them and using all types of creativities that you want. They also have like cameras on glasses that you can buy as well, and but anyway, that is Snapchat. And as I said, it's really for the younger generation, or the ones, I mean, there are old people that obviously do that as well, but the majority are under 18 years old, and there's still quite a few that are just over that age. Right, so now I want to go from Snapchat to TikTok, and there you can turn this. Then you can scroll down. This is the home page. This is the account, and then the things that are being pulled.
They can't fit me in a Trojan. I don't.
So I'll give you a take off the speaker for a moment. It has a reputation, as a lot of adults have become aware of TikTok with its reputation, but it has over 1 billion with a B users, and it's very popular today across the social media platform. It's one of the top 8 TikTok, and it's only recently, compared to the others, just blown its way into the top 8. So certainly TikTok is something you can look at, and there are old people promoting them, or older people. We're doing the For You now, so it's just showing what it thinks, what I want to know. But if you click on following, okay, then it will show you obviously the people that I am following, because this is my account. But you will see, the types of things. I love country music.
Hey, don't be surprised if one day I just... Hey, don't be surprised. Broken dreams dancing out of the beams of a neon moon. Life's crazy, knew we'd need a little help.
Then one.
Hi everybody, this is Tom Jones. Thanks for listening so far. And you know what? After 50+ years, I'm still as excited now as I was the first day I went into the recording studio. So I can't wait for the comments on my new album, which is called Surrounded by Time. So please let me know what you think. Hi everybody, this is Tom Jones.
Okay.
Thanks for listening so.
That's Tom Jones, somebody I've followed all my life, and I still enjoy his songs. He's still got a fantastic voice. So he has also positioned himself on TikTok because I guess he feels that there's a market for him for his music and his albums. So again, it's very much like a social media app, or it is a social media app. You can message people. You can see on the top where my cursor, you can upload your videos from your device, and you can receive emails from other people and interact with them. And the big thing with TikTok is it's about music, yes, okay, and you can do things with your videos like not the same as Snapchat, but similar, okay. You can edit, and but you can also just follow people and enjoy the music as you move along. So I'm going to move on from TikTok to Instagram, and maybe I should just stop there and see if any of you have any questions that you would like to ask about Snapchat or TikTok. Then we'll continue. Okay, so Instagram is one of my favorite social media apps, and it also has over 1 billion users, okay, and it's grown a lot just recently into a useful social media platform. Facebook bought it, and there's a good reason that Facebook bought it, because how it is structured and programmed is very sophisticated, allowing very simple use of and movement around the actual app itself. So it's creating quite a buzz, Instagram at the moment. So, and it's connecting like-minded people in a different type of way, where you resonate with the pictures that are posted, and you always have to post a picture or a video in order to make a post, okay. And yeah, the average age is right across 60% or under 35, but then the rest are all above 35, and it's the 5th most popular for people over 65. So it's slowly gaining momentum with the over 65s, with quite a good following at the moment. Now, with Instagram, there we do courses. I do a Get Set Up course on Instagram, and I think the next one is next week sometime. And I just do an overview, but there's another Get Set Up class that does the marketing. There's a person how you can use it for business as well, and the different types of memberships, and that you can choose a free version, at least a personal version, or an influencer version, or a business version. And so when you go into one of the classes, you'll have that explained to you and what they are. But here you can see, we're on a home page now. And so it is my homepage on Instagram, and you just page down, and like you do with any homepage, be it Facebook or any of the others. And these are stories in circles at the top here. A story lasts for 15 seconds, and it then disappears off Instagram after 24 hours, but you can save it onto your profile as a highlight save. And again, you'll get that sort of information as we move forward. But it's also a full-blown social media. You can see, because it's been bought now by Instagram, we've got Messenger as part of the messaging app. And you've got your explores, where everybody, as I mentioned, posts a picture, or a video, and then adds the text after that. So it's a very attractive type of social media. As you can see, as I just page down, you know, you see some amazing pictures and you always see them, and they're always, you know, improving. And you know, you can click on anyone. Let's click on this watering can. It then brings up the actual post, who it was by, and it's interesting because it was, you can see Garden Passion posted this, but they got it, they reposted it from that. So you can click on that one, and it takes you then to the person who originally posted it, the Little Inn Cottage. And like most of theirs, you can decide to follow by clicking the blue button. You know, you can follow, and then immediately you got offers from Instagram on other options, and then you can look at this person's particular. There's the watering can that we clicked on originally. And so yes, and we can you know, we can go to our own profile page. You'll have a profile page. To join is free, and so you can now everything that you post will be here, or you forward, and the pictures that you post. So they fall underneath. So somebody coming to look at your profile will see what your message is about, and you can see that my messages are offer classes on subjects for Get Set Up. So put that in there. These are all my 15-second videos that have come and gone off Instagram, but they're here on my profile. So people can listen to them now indefinitely into the future because they're sitting on my profile. So Instagram's worth looking into and going to one of the classes that gets set up, and you know, even my own, in fact, you can go and have a look at. All right, so that is Instagram. I'll stop for a minute to see if anybody wants to ask any questions.
Yes, this is Alice. Why would
Yes.
you use Instagram? Is it just for uploading pictures so that people can look at your pictures, or does it serve another purpose?
Okay, it serves a powerful purpose. People who now have a service to offer or a product to offer, it's a very powerful platform to promote your purpose and to get followings on that purpose. So you would be sharing information that would go all over different places, especially if you use hashtags on Instagram. You go into certain groupings, you join groups on the groups in Instagram are just amazing. I mean, they really are. The people just seem to be taking things seriously, but they still have fun. So there are lots of groups you can join. There are lots of places you can go and visit through the pictures. Because it's picture driven and video driven, you can go and see your favorite holiday places and where you've been, and get a feeling of what those people were saying when they were on holiday there. So what it's done maybe is it's like taking the best of all the other social media apps and put them together in Instagram. And so you can do a 15-second video. You can now do something called Reels, which is a 60-second video, but you can also do Instagram TV, which is a 1-hour video. And so it's covering all those bases that other social media apps also cover. But anyway, Alice, did that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Pleasure. Okay, any other questions? All right, let's now move on to the next one that is certainly one of the favorites across the board of senior people, but across the board again. because there's a version in YouTube for children as well. It's kids YouTube. And so, they're building them up from a young age, not exposing them to the adult, which you're looking at now, which could have some not pleasant things for children to see. So parents are able to restrict children at whenever they want, it doesn't matter what age, from seeing the adult things, but just allowing them access to the kids' YouTube, and they can learn to search and find things that are relevant and appropriate for their particular age, and as children, shall we say, because you can imagine that some of the videos, although they're not allowed, pornographic type stuff, but it can get quite hairy for young children. And so you land up on YouTube on the one section. Basically, it has two sections, if you like. The one is the free. You can just go and search and watch and listen to entertainment of your choice. So you just go to youtube.com and you find yourself being able to search for anything, really anything, whether it's music or a recipe or how to, particularly how to, or to do anything, how to do this, that, and the other thing. You will find it here on YouTube in a video format. And so for those that are visual learners, you can learn a lot about any social media app, about anything that you want to get more knowledge on, and anything that you're researching. You can research on here. You can see, for example, this is my personal YouTube. I was searching there for Lemuria, which is a lost continent that was sunk some time ago, and I wanted to find out what information is around now, because inevitably it doesn't matter who finds the information, somebody puts it onto a video, and so you can look for it. And so being my homepage, again, just like the previous one I've shown, you can click, Blake Sheldon, I just love to bits. And, he's just got engaged to Gwen, and you see.
Is your cat ready for the Purina One 3-week challenge? With the advanced nutrition of Purina One, you could...
Okay, like that.
I've always been a rolling stone with a reckless streak. Yeah, the grass never gets too grown underneath my feet. City lights, southern stars, no such thing as gone too far. I'm running wide open. I was born with my feet in motion. Since I met you, I swear.
You can click off the song. I'm reluctant to switch off the speaker, but I want to show you see, from here now, from just clicking on something that you enjoyed, there are lots of things you can do with it. And you can certainly cast it to your television and watch it on television from YouTube. And you can like it, you can share it, and you can save it to watch again later. And YouTube keeps it in a folder with a link to it there. So YouTube entertainment is really something that is, tops, absolutely tops. And, we can, go back and get to where we were. The search facility is outstanding. And then the categories underneath the search are based on your previous searching, your links, your activity about that. So that becomes it's personal, handy. This is where AI is coming very handy. And I really enjoy artificial intelligence when they're helping me like this, okay? When they're interfering with me with AdWords and things like that, then that becomes annoying. But And you've got down here things you can explore and subscriptions. If you subscribe to various channels, they are called. When somebody opens an account, it's called a channel, and it doesn't cost you anything to open an account. You get a little bit more functionality on this side, on the entertainment side, but the idea of opening a channel is that you can upload videos and create your own categories, and people market this way, and people even make money depending on how many followers they have and so forth as well. So and you can see on the top right hand side is a profile picture of myself. If you do not have a YouTube channel or account, it would then ask you up there, and that's where you would click. And because YouTube is owned by Google, it's very easy to open a YouTube. Google is just waiting for you to come and say you're interested in YouTube. And if you have a Gmail account, it means you already have a Google account. So it's even easier if you have a Gmail account. So that is YouTube, and really worthwhile, just, while you going to sleep at night, doing your titivating, then just put on YouTube and listen to some of the best music that you enjoy the most. So that is YouTube. Any questions about YouTube? Okay, thanks. All right, then we're going to move on to also another social media platform, away from YouTube, to Pinterest. Now, Pinterest has 500,000 users, 500 million users, 500,000 million. Yeah, 500,000 million users. So it also ranks up there with the top social media apps, and it's a social network where people go to and they find not only inspiration, but they also find ideas for their interests and their hobbies and the purpose that they're moving forward as seniors in life. It's really a great place, because now we're working with images that lead you to, let's say, the recipe of that image. So it's like a digital scrapbook. In the old days, we had the scrapbooks. We would pull out pages and paste them into a scrapbook. Here we have the exact type of concept, and the concept is a digital one. So you would, in order to just go and have a look at it, you would have to open an account, which is free, and it'll ask you basic information. And I do a Get Set Up class on that as well, just an introduction to it, so that you understand how to move your way around and work, because it's not one of those apps that you can just join and then experiment to find your way and gain the experience. You actually need to be shown the basics, because they're subtle and they're in sign language in a lot of cases. So it is good to go and take a Get Set Up class on Pinterest. So you would then, when you open an account, you'd have a board, and it would look exactly like this, with your profile picture, your name, and a little chat about yourself, or whatever you want to put up. And then you can start creating more boards. So you now create boards on your profile picture, your profile page. And so you would now look, and you can see on mine, for example, that my first one is about business, and then odds and ends, I just call it Coffee with Michael, and then all about microgreens. And any one of these, if you click on, let's say, microgreens, you will then see other boards that I have created that I've merged, almost like a menu under microgreens. So you can see 6 boards there those are boards that have pins, which is something now that you find anywhere on the internet, an image, and you pin that image onto your board. So I have pins on underneath these let's call them sub boards or folders, so you can organize yourself. I use it a lot in researching bits and pieces that I research for, and you've got options here to organize them, change the positions of them, move them from one board to another board, and so forth. And then also ask the AI for more ideas based on what you've already got. And so Pinterest is enormous when it comes to the potential for finding out something about something that interests you, be it just a research or a hobby. You can find a lot of information, and it often, a lot of the pins, which are images you've pinned on, will take you off. If you click on them, it'll take you off Pinterest actually to the website, but it'll open a new URL, so you won't lose the Pinterest. So when you finish looking at that, you just click back onto Pinterest, and it works really, really well. And you can see that you stay connected with people, as with friends, and you follow boards and you follow people, and when they post again, you get notified, like here under the bell, and you can see, you then click on that, and it will then take you, if I click on it, it immediately takes you to what it is telling you or advising you the activity that has happened. And here's all the activity that is happening just under that aspect of who I am following. Okay, so and then of course you get the social media aspect, where you can send emails, you can send links to bring people back to it, and then you've also got on the right here where you find all your settings, and then you can also tune right over here on the left, your home page, what you see on your home page. So your home page is your home page with Pinterest, and Pinterest puts up all sorts of things, and you can actually tell Pinterest what categories of things or what category of person or topic that you want on your home page, which is quite unique and very powerful, because you're so often in your home pages on places like Facebook and others, you just see things that you don't want. Okay, so this becomes quite a pleasure to go through your home page and see what's up on any particular day. All right, so that is Pinterest, and it's really worth taking a look at, and at least taking a class. I think I'm probably the only one that does a Get Set Up class on Pinterest that I've seen, but come around, and the next one will probably be in a week or so, but book it today. All right, so from Pinterest, unless there's some questions, any questions on Pinterest?
Well, this is Alice again. I didn't know that I had a home page on Pinterest. I don't really use it, but I look for information sometime. I like astrology or black hair or different things, so I'll look for stuff. But so now one other question, the question I have, you've given us an overview of all of these social media sites, but if we want to know more about one in particular, you'll have classes just on that one alone?
Yes,
like Pinterest.
Yeah, let's just go over them. We've definitely got a class on Snapchat. We've got a full-time class on TikTok. And yeah, the others from their Instagram, yes. So yes, Get Set Up does have a class on all of those. All you do is go to getsetup.io and do a search. Just say like Instagram, just put in the word in. And
okay, I would like to take a Pinterest class because I didn't know I had a homepage on Pinterest. So,
Okay. Okay. Well, I
Okay.
give that one, so you will find me on that one.
Yeah.
So you're welcome to come in there, and we go through a little bit more detail of how to organize that homepage. Yeah.
Mhm. All right, thank you.
All right. Thanks for that.
I don't mean to take over everything. Yeah.
Okay. Any others? Any other questions? Okay. Right. Let's
Change my camera.
Okay, I'll just stop that so I can't see now. All right, so now we're going to move on to LinkedIn, and I want you just to be aware that LinkedIn, first and foremost, is like a commercial thing. On the right hand here, you see my messages. I just click them, and then they minimize themselves. You can see the rest of the page. It's for people who are career minded and who perhaps are open to job suggestions, because if you're looking for a job, LinkedIn is a place to be. And definitely people who recruit people will definitely use as part of their strategy to find the people they want, like HR managers, they will definitely use LinkedIn. And they'll come to LinkedIn looking for whatever they're looking for in a possible future employee. And so it's got its own character there. You click jobs, and I'm not going to click it now, but then it asks you certain questions. And so you can like set up a permanent, and it's private, okay, that aspect, in that only certain things can be searched on it. And so you can let the HR people know around the world that are on LinkedIn, that are recruiting people, or potentially for the future sometime will be recruiting people. You use LinkedIn, and you would go to jobs. So at the moment, we're looking at the home page, as you can see, and like all home pages, you scroll down and you see things that you are linked to on LinkedIn. You either are friends with somebody, you've got a joint friendship going, or you are just following a particular company or product without, befriending them, without, becoming personal and being able to message them. So the first aspect that is definitely if you're looking for a job. The second aspect is if you've got a business or you want to start a business, then you come here and you start looking for people in the same category of what your purpose is and your business is. And you can then start following them. Or if, like myself, when I published my first book, I wanted to find authors. I came here and I searched for authors. I then sent them requests for me to communicate, and they accepted some of them. And so I then started a conversation about where were they starting, or I had questions about publishing or self-publishing. And so I interacted here with people who had already been there, done that, and they were now doing other things or extra things or publishing more books. And they find a market here for their particular books, because, it might well be, books that are related to business in one way or another. So that's why, so you would decide, you want to join because you want to launch a business, and the business might be lawn mowing service, and you find other people who are doing it, find out what they're doing, go to their website, see what they're saying. So you link in with business people. So that's what LinkedIn is about. And it's also now relatively recently, got a very strong training profile. And that doesn't come with the free version of LinkedIn. That comes with the business section, or they call it the pro section, and you pay. And it's a good few dollars, but you pay that because you're in business, you are earning money and you want to learn more. So you then invest in yourself in that training on LinkedIn, and the training is very good, okay? And it's very up to date as well. So it's one of the older also I'm not sure if it's the actually oldest, but it was around, I think, before Facebook. Okay, so it's been around, and it's modified itself quite substantially and kept up to date. And you just, you know, post, and if you post with a video, that's great. If you post with a picture, that's great. If you post only with text, that's not great. But you can. And you can post articles, big articles, long articles, and you can then bring people from other social media of yours to LinkedIn to read the article as well. So there's all sorts of again, I do an overview class on LinkedIn, but it hasn't been up for the last 10 days or so. So I'm not sure if it's going to be up. It's at the discretion of GetSetUp. And but I do if you search in for something, then look for LinkedIn, and then maybe, you know, I'll be asked to do it again. So that is LinkedIn. Then the next one after that is Twitter. And by the way, I never asked if anybody had any questions about LinkedIn. Are there any questions about LinkedIn? Okay, so Twitter has, you know, 330 million users, and it's often in the news, sometimes for the wrong reasons. It decides to block somebody and not allow them to be part of Twitter. But you can buy Twitter stock, so you can be a stockholder and maybe have a say in the whole process. But the big thing with Twitter is that you can now in 2021, you can post up to 280 characters. Okay, I grew up when it was 144 characters. So it's double the number of characters. And historically, you couldn't do anything else. But now you can also put in pictures. You can also put in links and video links. So you can share photos and websites and things like that as well. And you can have it on your app now. And generally, the ages are right across the board. You know, like 23% are over 50 years old. And, you know, there are people like 30% who are under 30 years old. You get a whole array of them. And so what you do here is, again, you set up a website. Not a website, that's the wrong word. You open a Twitter account, okay, which is free, and you then get a home page, which is what you basically seeing here now is the home page. And you can now start a process of marketing yourself, marketing your product, or carrying forward your purpose, that whatever your purpose happens to be. You'll find politicians use it extensively. And as people build themselves up to become famous, let's say, you know, they would definitely have used Twitter as part of that process. So people have a quick look. It's a short type of process, and but you can link to things that you want people to go to outside of Twitter. You know, here's something the Ministry of Health retweeted something from a doctor, okay? And so you'll get what you want to follow, and you can see on the right of the picture here, the artificial intelligence is suggesting things that you can follow. Okay, let's go back up. So Twitter is, again, just a very different, let's say almost the opposite to Instagram in a way, because it's first about the text. It's first about the 280 characters, saying what needs to be said in that short condensed time, and then linking pictures and so on. Okay, so that is Twitter. I don't know if there are any questions anybody would like to ask. And then we're going to move on to Facebook, which is the final one. Right. Let's move on to Facebook. Now, we all know Facebook, all right? It is the biggest, okay? And biggest is not necessarily the best, but because it's the biggest, it has enormous functionality. It does all sorts of things. It has 2.7 billion users, which is just absolutely amazing. And yeah, you can, I don't even know where to start. I do an overview of Facebook, an introduction of Facebook, because there's just some things that people just wanted to know, and they were elementary type things. So you can join the Facebook introduction class, get set up introduction class as well. And again, like all the ones we've gone through, there's a homepage. This is on the homepage. It's the Facebook, and you know, you go down and you know, discover that your daughter's had a baby and things that you're following, and so forth. The algorithms have changed dramatically in 2021, and so you're seeing far less than you did maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and so you're wondering, why am I not seeing certain things on your homepage, and why things under the attention on the bell over here are not showing up? It's because algorithms have changed, and so it offers you things like choose your 30 best people that you want to interact with and want to know the news. So you can select those 30, and they will always come up, okay, as long as they've made a post, okay, and on a regular basis too. So a lot of things have changed. So if you want to know more about Facebook, then I suggest that I'm not the only one. Other Get Set Up classes are on Facebook as well. And so go and look and take one to get to know, because if you are using Facebook, you really need to keep up to date with the algorithms and how it's affecting you. And you need to know how to go in order to stop certain things being exposed to you, and other things that you want exposed to you. You know, you have that sort of functionality now in Facebook, and of course the groups are numerous, absolutely numerous. So you know, you need to look at that, and you can also start looking at who historically you've been following, and you can unfollow them. So you need to manage your Facebook now more than ever before. And then once you've gone through a good manage, then maybe 6 months time again, you look at it again. But go and take a Get Set Up class to go and see that and see what you should be doing. But I'll answer, if I can, any questions about Facebook. I'm not going to explain Facebook any more detail than that. Okay. Are there any questions on Facebook? Okay. Now, okay, are there any questions? I'm just looking. I can only do one thing at a time, so I don't look at the chat. That's why we have a TA. James, is there anything in the chat that needs to be answered?
No.
Nothing. Okay, that's great. So yeah, I see that that James, as usual, has added a lot of value in the chat page, and so look at that. You can actually save the chat now as well, on those 3 little dots, I think, isn't it, James, in there under the chat? But otherwise, I'll take the essence of it and I'll add it to the notes that I send you the email. Okay. All right. Well, that's probably a good place to stop. And thank you very much for attending. And I hope to see you in classes in the future. Okay, bye.
Thank you. It was very good. Bye.
Thank you, Alice. Okay, bye.
Thank you.